Hey everybody, Fifth Horseman here, playing more Kerbal Space Program, and we are on our way to Duna. We're actually just doing this quick little burn here to get to Duna, to get our ship encountering Duna, I should say. And I've already got the bat mode set up correctly to intercept Duna here. We're just going to do this 26 meter per second burn, and then ideally that's going to bring us down, right down in, so we can plan our arrow braking when the time comes. I love it when orbits do that. Okay, that's basically the orbit we planned for, but now we can do a little bit better, bring it in a little bit closer. I want to get, like, say, oh, we're doing the thing again where okay, that's officially low enough. So I'm going to leave this ship here. Let's kill the maneuver node. We're just going to abandon this ship, go back to the Space Center so he doesn't screw up his orbit anymore. And the next thing to go is Marindel's Duna combo, so we're going to jump to him. And hopefully his periapsis around Duna isn't changing. Let's focus on him. Yeah, see, he actually has a periapsis right now, and it is remaining steady, which is good. Okay, this is a very small meter per second burn. We're just basically bringing this thing up and right there. Okay. And then, if we burn, I think, away from the sun. Okay, we're going to burn away from the sun just to get this thing down. 35, that looks good enough for me. We can deal with that. And he's holding steady, which means that whatever the bug is isn't going bad. Okay, then the next thing that's going to happen is our Kerbin Dray window, and we have, or sorry, dress, our Kerbin dress window, and we have a new ship that I'm going to show you. And this crazy looking thing here that all you can see is the girders, there it is Francois' Dress Voyager, and it's got lots of parachutes on top. From what I can tell, this entire thing is coming back to Kerbin. Yes, it is, because the command pod and all this stuff is connected with no decouplers. So this whole thing's coming home, including the science lab, which is critically important because we have Goose and Science Juniors that are attached. So what we're going to do here is we are going to load this thing up. Okay, we've got Commander Artos. You are leading this mission. You get the central Jeb seat. Along with you, we've got Hazardous and Bardock. You guys are co-pilots, and you're going to take over if Artos falls asleep from too many snacks. And our two scientists on the mission are Argamist and Shiva. We've also got this hitchhiker, which I am not loading up. The hitchhiker is here, so 4 of you can chill out and relax on your way to Drez. However, you have to start out in the science pod for a very specific reason, and we're going to find out why on the launch pad. I can't afford to launch this vessel. Sweet. Okay, well, we get to try new things. I hate to do this because I'm going to actually take a screenshot here so I don't have to remember who goes where. Because you guys are definitely the ones who are going to be going. He costs about twice as much as we have. We need 525,000 thingy-majiggers. So let's go ahead and back ourselves out and see what we can do about that. And don't worry too much about missing the Drez window, which is in 7 days. It's actually, this is to get a close encounter with Drez. But if we miss it, we're coming up on the Drez plane change, where the 2 planes of the orbits are close, and I might just go for that instead. Space around Minmus? Well, maybe we'll do a Minmus run here. So this here is almost 100,000 all told. So yeah, we're gonna accept this. We're just going for high money missions here, like this guy. Wow, rescuing people is really worth a lot of money here. Here we go. Test the launch escape system landed at Moho. I think I'm going to skip that. Test Lyowan's test rig doohickey, which has scared me in the past, but I'm going to give it a shot here. The thing that scares me about this one is I don't see how you can get this thing to a reliable height without running through a whole bunch of tests, which I don't do. I don't do tests in this thing. So I mean, he says it like gets you to a height, but how do I get to a height without tweaking the thrust limiter on the solid fuel boosters over and over again until I figured out what the correct amount is? So I think I'm going to skip this. We're going to actually go to the spaceplane hangar, where Nathan has made me a plane. It's not a crane that will lift things. It's an actual crane flying through the sky. So, what do I do here? Sanity is for the weak. Can safely reach almost 20 kilometers at 600 meters per second. Firing the SRBs at that height would speed can catapult him to a top speed of 800 for a very short period. Other engines, like the skipper, can be mounted instead of the mainsail. He said it was for testing things, but I don't see where I would attach things to it. So maybe this isn't for testing. This one also doesn't have anywhere to attach test parts. So, if this had a second thing, I could run this up and grab that guy out of orbit. So, okay, I guess I'm up to making my own ship. Okay, Waldo, you've got a crazy ship here. We've got this massive engine with a tiny fuel tank, 8 radial parachutes, which should be enough, and a crazy hat. And of course, right after I install the mod that ups your throttle all the way to 100%, my first launch, I don't want that much throttle. I think maybe an 8th, or was that a 6th? We're going to hit... Oh, wait. It doesn't really matter what we do here. So let's go ahead and hit the spacebar. Wow, okay, an 8th is too much. Waldo Kerman is running this test. This is just 2 quick tests to get some quick money. Just so you see here, we are at 25.5, blah, blah, blah. That's after losing the money for building this ship. Okay, we are now over the water, so I'm going to cut the gas. We are going to hit the chutes when we get to 100 meters, 200 meters. Whoa! And good, it slowed us down below 7 meters per second, which is always good. Nice splashdown, and we're going to run the test on this guy. Boom, 260, and then run the test on this guy. 280, that's not all that much money, to be honest with you, but now let's recover the vessel. And oh wow, we actually got science for this. We can unlock some science, too. But we got all of our money back, and we're now closer. So let's see if we can do any other tests here. Structural pylon landed at Minmus. This is something we can do, because I do have a Minmus ship. Let's go ahead and spend our science. It's been a while since I've spent some science here. Oh, docking ports, separatrons, that girder that I wasn't able to use before. It looks like we can just research this one. I have 2 things for Minmus, so I think I'm actually going to... This contains locked parts, so we actually don't have a ship that can get us to Minmus. Okay, we have a ship. We have removed the crew from the capsule, which is very important. It's got SRBs. These ones have no fuel in them. They are merely to test that SRB thing, and it sucks that I've got to have 2 of them, but that's the way it works sometimes. Then we've got 2 here that are actually helping us lift off. Might as well give them a shot, see how they actually work. And then I've got 2 drop tanks, and these things here to get us up into the atmosphere. Then we're going to rescue whoever's stuck up there and bring them home. So let's go ahead and launch. I have no idea how well this is going to work. So... And I have no solar panels on this thing either because I'm saving money. Well, a little bit of money. I'm saving a tiny, tiny amount of money. But, oh well. So, in 3, 2, 1, launch. And we are heading up here. Turn on the computer. I keep having to remember that I'm not using Ferrum. And I can't do my gravity turn right away. The solids are definitely going to burn out first, which is by design. And let's see, how are these things doing? They still got plenty of fuel in them. Okay, what are we at? We're not even at 400 meters per second yet. So yeah, I'm doing poorly here. Before we get to 3100, I've got to be at 400 meters per second. So it looks like we're actually going to be okay as far as this thing's concerned. Gotta keep watching the drop tanks. Oh, I just realized something. I have to rotate before I drop these drop tanks. Oh boy, that was scary. Okay, we are at the correct altitude, but nowhere near the correct speed. Yeah, we are not going to get to the correct speed. So, let's rotate again. And sadly, waste all this money here. Dropping those. And let's get back to concentrating on the job at hand, which is getting up to Thomger up in space. Okay, the rest of this should be pretty boring, so I will meet you in orbit. Okay, we are in orbit, and like a fool, I did not bring batteries along, but what are you going to do about that, other than plan better? We're basically now waiting for a favorable orbit with Thomgen. So if we do this right here, then we are going to have an intersect that's in less than an hour. It's 5 kilometers. I just got to watch my power, and I might have to do a couple burns to give myself some power in between. Just watching this, and 9 kilometers, 6 kilometers, 7 kilometers, 5, 4, 3. Okay, we're gonna leave it at 3. 2.6. Okay, as long as we can get him within 2.6 kilometers, then we'll be able to, or I shouldn't say within 2.6. If I can get this thing within 2 kilometers of him, 2.5, give or take, whatever, then as soon as he gets within our physics window, he can fly over to the probe, even if it doesn't have any power. Okay, our closest approach is 1.9 kilometers, which means even if he runs out of power now, we'll be fine, I think. We are going to, though, set an alarm clock alarm for closest approach. It actually says it's going to be within a kilometer, so let's add an alarm for that, and let's see if this actually works, even with no power. Can't see how far away he is. There we go, 27 kilometers. We're coming, Thomger. Please be correct. Kerbal alarm clock. 2.2. Okay, we should be... Oh, yay! Jump over to him. Okay, Thomger. I can't believe I hit the wrong one. Thomger, welcome to the thing. Okay, where is your target now? Let's go into map mode. Set that as the target. Where is your target? It's right there. Okay, it's already getting away from you, so let's... We are thrusting forward, yes. I forgot that it was going to be moving significantly faster than he was. We might have to wait an orbit or two. Thank God I don't have the snacks mod installed. Okay, what if out here? What if next orbit? Oh, I can't make a maneuver node with Thomger? But I can burn forward, I guess. We are still burning forward, yes. So I'm going to burn forward until this gets around to here, and then we're going to do this in the next orbit. 0.9 kilometers. That works for me. Yeah, because those things are never going to get together. And we've still got half of our tank, so... There we go. Now we're heading towards it. The HUD is making this a lot easier, I'll tell you that much. Okay. 300 meters away. And there's your lander can. I don't know which side is the front. Because you have a job to do in order to join the space program. And actually, you're not going to join the space program. This is the last thing you're ever going to do. But in order to join the space program, you have to get to Minmus. Oh, we need to disable this probe core now, because we definitely don't need... I thought I could disable... Oh, maybe I can't do anything with it because I don't have the electric charge. Well, that's cool. Hit Moon. That'd be awesome. Seriously, Moon? Get out of the way. Although... can we use you to our advantage? What we can do here is... and then at Moon... let's see, if we go south a little bit, that'll bring us up here. And then a little bit less. And then a little bit south. And then we're basically touching Minmus's orbit out here, and then we'll figure that out when the time comes. Okay. Now we've got some electric charge. We can turn off this probe core. Apparently not. I thought you could disable probe cores. Oh, toggle torque. That'll at least... well, no, that's just the torque, though. I'm doing very poorly. I'm like watching my probe core and not my burn. Okay, that's about as good as we can expect. So we'll delete this. And then out here, we will do a burn. I said we will do a burn. I said out here we will do a burn. That will get us a Minmus encounter. Yeah, I really wish I could get rid of that probe core. That probe core is going to be problems. I wish I had thought to put that probe core... because, see, it's still eating electric charge. I thought for sure you could disable probe cores. That's kind of the plan of this thing, was to disable this thing. Maybe they took it out because people were disabling their probe cores and... yeah, see, it's already... the electric charge is already gone. We're in what you would call trouble. Okay, we still have a little bit of fuel left in this guy, which is nice. Let's see. Right about here, or here, I guess. I'm going to add a maneuver. I love that. Although, actually, I want to focus back on this. There we go. Nice, tight, close encounter with Minmus. Actually, that might be a good idea, to be honest. Come in for a collision. Yeah, we're going to do that. Perfect. Nice and something. I don't know. Okay, right here... we're going to have to burn 276 meters per second. So this whole thing's going to be gone. So I think when we get to 3 minutes away, I'm just going to do the burn here. And I'm going to utilize, again, the fact that we have no power to get kind of close to this thing. I'm doing physics warp here so that our ship rotates so we're close to the maneuver node. And then I'm going to turn off physics warp and... actually, I'm going to physics warp a little bit more. And then I'm going to turn on regular warp to actually stop us. Kill the maneuver node here. Time to impact is 2 minutes. So we are going to go down to about, let's say, 30 seconds or so. Or 1 minute, we'll say. Yeah, see, now this engine... whoa! Does not create any power, but it does have thrust vectoring. Okay, we are a minute from impact. I seriously wish I could turn off that probe core. Okay, the shadow should be... there's our shadow. Oh, we're going up. That's annoying. Come on, fall back down so I can see exactly what I'm doing here. There we go. Oh, this engine doesn't have thrust vectoring? This engine does not have thrust vectoring. It does have thrust vectoring. Okay, well, let's go ahead and stage our thing here to get credit for it. Oh wait, we still need science from space around Minmus. Okay, so. Wow. This is going to be interesting. We got to get Thorger home so we can make the money off of it. I mean, so we can save his life. Okay, there we go. We have an apoapsis now. At this apoapsis, let's go ahead and get ourselves an orbit. Okay, this is a 4-second burn. I'm using physics warp and regular warp to either let myself rotate or stop myself from rotating. Okay, now I'm just watching my periapsis here. I'm flipping around. I want to do one more shot of speed to get my periapsis over 10. Okay, there we go. Now we can go home. Kind of. Kill the maneuver node. We're just going to burn forward until we have a periapsis. That we can be proud of at Kerbin. Nice, it's going to be on the sunny side. How about 20? Okay, Thunger, you are coming home. Oh wait, but we need space. We need scientific data from space around Minmus. So take a crew report, even though we don't need it. And let's get you home. I thought for sure you could disable probe course. And we're in the atmosphere. Our parachutes are already deployed. Here comes the non-heated burning from re-entry. There's our parachutes, and the rest of it is academic. So I will be back when we see how much more money we need. And we have 49. I think that's possible that we have enough now. We got those 2 contracts. We got some science, not a big deal. We got our money back, some of our money back. And we got Thomger, who can sit in the thing here. We've also got this money here, which is awesome. And that money. So, let's go see if we can afford our ship now. Francois Dre Voyager. No, 52. So we're almost there. We almost have enough money to be able to afford it. So I think I'm gonna do a couple contracts just to make the money really quick to do this. I'm gonna do that off camera, and when we come back, we'll actually be launching this ship, and the same people will be flying it. And then we're going to launch that, and then next we're got a couple things getting to Duna, which is awesome. And we've also got an Eve window coming up, and I have at least 1, if not 2, Eve ships already, so I think I'm cool as far as that's concerned. And honestly, I think we're possibly winding down on the series, on getting new ships. We could probably have some more Jewel ships. And I still have the idea to grab an asteroid and take it out to Jewel, but I think I'm just going to take an asteroid, get it out to Jewel, and maybe call the series a complete. There are rumors on the internets that 0.25 is on the, let's say, well over the horizon, but on its way. And I don't see continuing this series past 0.25. So I want to make sure that I get a chance to fly all the ships that have been submitted. But if you want to submit a ship, definitely do so. I will almost definitely fly it. But I just don't know exactly how much more I'm going to be doing after I fly all the ships and get all these things done here that are here. And I also want to make sure at least everybody who has submitted their name gets to fly at least once. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching me flail around and get some contracts complete. I definitely enjoyed flailing around and getting some contracts complete. I am Fifth Horseman, and I will, as always, talk at you later.